Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
And today we're talking about anxiety and how best to manage it. So Melanie, you've been quite open about the fact that you've experienced anxiety.
The first time I had a panic attack, I didn't actually know what was happening. I was about 19, I think, so it started for me quite late in life. I felt like I was drowning almost. It's like my heart rate sped up and I felt really dizzy. You're kind of trapped in your body in the moment, and if no one else around you knows what's going on, it's very, very scary thing.
Your point there as well about not realising it was a panic attack, that's really common for people when they start experiencing them.
And that's the worst part about it, is like that's where the fear comes from, I think. Once you know what's happening to you, it becomes so much easier to manage it, because you can kind of challenge your mind then and say, okay, why am I having a panic attack? What are the triggers? It was just a bit lonely and isolating for a while until I started talking and getting help for it. Most people do deal with mental health problems at some point in their life, and I think we're all kind of taught growing up to kind of bottle it and not open up about it, and that's so silly, because I think if we all talked about it, we'd suffer through it so much less.
I think we'd encourage anyone who's feeling like this that you can talk to someone, whether that's a friend or a trusted adult or even a childline counsellor. Anxiety is normal. It used to be a survival instinct for us. We'd see a saber-toothed tiger and then we'd get adrenaline pumping through our body so we could fight it off. We still get anxious nowadays. We still have this instinct in us, but it gets triggered by things like seeing someone you fancy or going into an exam or anything like that.
No saber-toothed tigers around anymore.
So when you're anxious, things like your heart rate will start to increase so that, you know, you're getting more oxygen in your muscles.
Your mind becomes really alert. It can make you overanalyze everything. So when it would happen to me, I would kind of overanalyze then every little pain in my body. You become hyper aware of absolutely everything.
You get dizzy because all your oxygen's gone to your muscles rather than your brain.
I'd have to lie down. My dad would have to be standing there talking to me. I'd have to have a certain classical music playing. I'd have to have lavender drops and all these things in place. It's an actual physical symptom. It's not just in your head. It's your body actually does react. It's important for people to know that that's okay, that they're not dying. It's just a temporary kind of natural reaction.
And there's actually quite a few things you can do in order to help you cope with the mental and physical symptoms. So you said then about, you know, lying down and classical music. Listening to music is a really good one.
Not so much having a panic attack, but just a feeling of anxiety. So I'm kind of just tense and on edge. So what I'll do then is I'll go for a power walk with my headphones on, and I know what kind of music to listen to that will kind of bring me back down. And even things like journaling, like keeping a diary and writing everything down, just gets it all out of your head. It helps you to put things into perspective.
Because you're feeling really tense when you're anxious, relaxation techniques can really help. Things like meditation or breathing techniques. Are there any breathing techniques you particularly like?
What I'll do is I'll stop and I'll breathe in for like four beats in through my nostrils from my stomach. So you start the breath there and then you kind of like push it out.
So talk me through it. Breathe in for...
And it seems silly, it does seem silly, but doing that on your own, just go into a bathroom cubicle, into your bedroom, wherever you need to go. For me, meditation is more so just like zoning out, and I find it easier to meditate with music and stuff just to clear my mind.
So what about like distraction techniques?
Reading was a big one, and I did read a book about mindfulness, and that's very much about being present in the moment. A wealth of knowledge out there in books just about how to do it, because most of us don't. And if we're prone to anxiety, we're often worrying and we're living in the future, but just zoning all of that out and just focusing on like touching like a soft pillow or something like that, just realising that, right, this moment is all I have. The past is gone, the future hasn't happened. This is it. It's very empowering knowing that you kind of can cut it off in a really bad moment. I've become very sociable since I started doing things to manage the anxiety, and it's funny that you really can live with it. It's not something that's going to like ruin your life.
I think that's a really amazing and empowering point. People don't have to feel kind of trapped by their anxiety. You can live a great life. So now we want to hear from you. What kind of techniques do you guys use to manage your anxiety? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, there is loads of information around anxiety and how to manage it on the Childline website. Links in the description. Melanie, thank you so much. And
Thank you for having me.
No problem, it's been a delight. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.